This week, The Exorcist gets a new trilogy. R.L. Stine shares his favorite kill from a Fear Street novel. We recap some of the top stories out of Comic-Con at home. Count Chocula and Frankenberry get action figures, and more. This is This Week in Geek. Hi there, I'm Mike, and I'm the All Hallows Geek, and welcome to This Week in Geek, my weekly series where I recap the top stories in Halloween and horror news from the last week. I know you're getting ready for this weekend, but let's rewind a bit and talk about last weekend when San Diego Comic-Con held its virtual Comic-Con at Home event. Now in its second year, thanks COVID, Comic-Con at Home treated pop culture fans to pretty much all of the same kinds of content they get at the actual Comic-Con, just hosted via Zoom call. Most of the major players came out for the event, including Amazon, Netflix, AMC, and Shudder. And I gotta give Netflix kudos for having one of the more entertaining panels from the weekend. The Netflix Geeked Fear Street Trilogy panel was moderated by Terry Schwartz from Netflix Geeked and featured Fear Street director Lee Janiak and cast members Kiana Madeira, Olivia Scott Welch, Benji Flores Jr., and Fear Street author R.L. Stine. Honestly, the entire panel is a lot of fun, especially if you enjoyed the Netflix Fear Street trilogy, but perhaps the highlight of the whole panel was when Schwartz asked Stine what he felt was the best kill he had ever written in a Fear Street book. The author had a good laugh, noting that no one had ever asked him that question before. I guess that's something you just don't ask a children's author or a young adult author. But he quickly dove into his favorite, and rather than recap it, I'll just let you experience it because I feel like I won't give Stine's description justice. But as a bonus, be sure to watch the cast in the background as their faces shift from intrigue to disgust, and then just absolute horror as he describes the kill. Check it out.
Here's my favorite. Here's one I'm really proud of. It's from a very recent Fear Street called The Lost Girl. And it takes place behind a horse stable. And this girl is watching as these two men drag her father out and they tie him on his back to the ground. They have stakes on the ground and they tie him on his back. And then they pour honey over him and oats. Honey and oats all over him. And then they open the stable doors and they have these starving horses inside. All right. You're enjoying this. You're enjoying it.
Are you like, where? What?
The horses come running out and to eat the honey and they devour her father as she watches.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. It's not funny. Why are you laughing? It's horrible.
It's horrible.
That is just like...
that has to be one of my best kills, I think.
Honey and the oats is a
that is
super,
next level. So specific.
Crucial detail of how to kill somebody. Yep. Let's just get some starving horses.
Wow, that's awful.
The thought process too, to be like, we're not going to feed these horses so that they eat a human.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
Wasn't that fun? Like, I love the horror that overcomes the cast and the director of Fear Street. It's like, come on, you put a girl's head through a fucking bread slicer in your first movie, and then the human eating horses is what like really got you. All right, I guess maybe because it's horses. I don't know. Anyway, while we're talking summer kills, let's talk a bit about Amazon's Comic-Con at Home panel. During their panel, Sarah Goodman, the series creator, writer, executive producer, and showrunner of Amazon's new I Know What You Did Last Summer series, shared new details on the show, including the series premiere date. The show, which will be a modern take on the hit 1997 film and is based on the 1973 novel by Lois Duncan, will follow the same premise of the film with a group of teens being stalked by a mysterious killer a year after a fatal accident on their graduation night. But unlike both the book and film, the series hopes to kick some of the stereotypes and tropes of their time. I wanted to make a show that's of this time, said Goodman, while stressing the importance of making the characters more diverse and more layered. No one is just a jock. No one is just a smart girl. No one is just a bitch, explained Goodman, sharing that the series will go much deeper into the characters and each episode will provide a different perspective into what happened on the night of the accident. But for those of you who want to write it off as just another woke retelling of the story, Goodman also shared that the series will have plenty of Easter eggs for fans of both the original film, along with plenty of gore to boot. So be sure to check it out when it hits Amazon Prime Video this October. And of course, what's Comic-Con without The Walking Dead? AMC held 3 panels spanning the entire Walking Dead universe this past weekend, dedicating nearly an hour each to Fear the Walking Dead, The Walking Dead World Beyond, and the original Walking Dead. During the Fear the Walking Dead panel, they released 2 first-look clips from the upcoming season that highlight the new challenges the survivors face following the events at the end of Season 6, when Teddy brought about his vision of the end by detonating nuclear warheads across the Texas landscape. Now facing a nuclear apocalypse on top of a zombie apocalypse, series showrunner Ian Goldberg shared that the introduction of nuclear radiation will bring with it changes to the walkers, changes to how the characters navigate the world. It'll obviously make resources even more scarce, and will bring with it a whole new brand of human adversary. Fear the Walking Dead Season 7 will premiere on Sunday, October 17th at 9 Eastern, 8 Central on AMC, with new episodes airing early on AMC Plus all season long. And the limited series spin-off The Walking Dead World Beyond will air its second and final season later this year. During its Comic-Con at Home panel, it was announced that the second season of the show would premiere on October 3rd at 10 Eastern, 9 Central on AMC, with the upcoming season promising big moments that will help tie the 3 Walking Dead shows together. But if you're thinking a certain someone will be that connective tissue between shows, panel moderator Chris Hardwick already threw the idea out there, and it was quickly shot down. When Hardwick jokingly prodded if the thing to tie the shows together would be the popular Walking Dead character Rick Grimes, creative content officer of the Walking Dead universe Scott Gimple replied, "I'm glad you said that. I can say, not Rick Grimes." And finally, on the subject of The Walking Dead, during its panel, more details were revealed about the 11th and final season of the series. While we already had a premiere date for the series' return, we now know that the final season will air in 3 8-episode parts, with the first part premiering next month and the second 2 parts airing sometime in 2022. It was also announced that 2 other characters from the Walking Dead comic book universe would be joining the series in Season 11. Pamela Milton, the governor of the Ohio Network of Settlements in the Commonwealth, who will be played by actress Layla Robbins, and Commonwealth bookkeeper Lance Hornsby, who will be played by actor Josh Hamilton. And moving on from television to toys, last Saturday marked the final day of Mezco Toys' MezcoCon. During the conclusion of its virtual Comic-Con product reveal event, Mezco unveiled a new 112 collective figure inspired by Pyramid Head from the video game Silent Hill 2. With this being another reveal-only announcement, Mezco did not disclose any details on the release, availability, price, or other specifics on the figure. And for those of you who like your toys a little more playful and a little less dreadful, there were a few exciting stories for you this week. And for you hardcore collectors, be sure to stick around because I have a couple stories for you as well. But first, Playmobil has expanded its Scooby-Doo lineup of toys that debuted back in 2020. The new lineup includes new mystery figures featuring a number of Scooby-Doo villains previously only available in playsets, a new series of playsets featuring some of the villains previously only available as mystery figures, and a new line of Scooby-Doo collectible figures featuring the mystery-solving Great Dane in a variety of outfits ranging from firefighter to vampire. Check out the new sets and figures in this promo released by Playmobil. The new lineup of toys is available for purchase now via the Playmobil website, so be sure to check out their site or start keeping an eye on the shelves wherever you buy Playmobil toys. And Playmobil rival Lego is getting in the Halloween spirit early this year. The company has unveiled 2 new Lego sets for Halloween 2021. Joining last year's Bat and Pumpkin duo, Lego will be releasing a Spider and Haunted House pack. These miniature models of a haunted house and spider are the latest in Lego's Halloween ornament sets. Each model features a string element that allows you to hang these builds on a Halloween tree or wherever you choose. The Spider and Haunted House pack will be available for $9.99 when they're released. And this year LEGO will again release a Halloween Brickheads model, this time of a Halloween owl. The 229-piece set creates an owl on a display platform that features 2 pumpkins and autumn flowers. The figure stands just over 4.5 inches tall and can rotate on its platform and features moving wings. The Halloween owl will be available for $14.99 when he's released. Both new Halloween LEGO sets will be available starting on August 1st via the LEGO website or at your local LEGO store. Now, for you collectors. Last month I shared with you early images out of Italy of a new series of Universal Monster figures from Jada Toys. It was unclear at the time if the figures would make it to the US, with NECA having the Universal Monsters license for its new Ultimate figures. However, this week we discovered that the figures are in fact going to be made available here in the US, and they're currently up for pre-order through Entertainment Earth. The Creature from the Black Lagoon, Bride of Frankenstein, Frankenstein's Monster, and Dracula will each come packaged in a window box and feature multiple portraits, hands, and accessories, much like the NECA figures. However, these figures do not appear to have the likeness of the actors that portrayed these characters the way NECA's figures do. You can pre-order the new figures now, and they're expected to ship sometime in October. And this week it was also revealed that Jada Toys was doing another take on some classic monsters with the release of new Count Chocula and Frankenberry action figures. The new officially licensed 6-inch figures of the original cereal monsters are posable, come with 2 portraits, a cereal box accessory, and come packaged in a retro cereal box. The new figures cost $24.99 each and are available for pre-order now through Entertainment Earth. And by the way, I'll put links down in the description for both of the new releases from Jada Toys. If you're planning to buy the new figures, I'd really appreciate it if you use my links. I'm an Entertainment Earth affiliate, and in buying them through there, I'll get a small commission. It's just a little something to help me, help the website, keep the channel running. I'd really appreciate it. So again, check for those links down below if you're planning to buy those. And one of the bigger stories to come out of this week, it was revealed that Blumhouse and Morgan Creek have closed a reported $400 million+ deal to purchase the worldwide rights for a new Exorcist franchise. Taking a page from the Halloween reboot playbook, Blumhouse is looking to release a trilogy of films that will retcon the existing film sequels and be a continuation of the original 1973 film. Oh, and David Gordon Green will again helm the reboot. But if it's any testament to what we're going to see in the new series, Ellen Burstyn, who played Regan's mother in the original Exorcist film, will reprise her role in the upcoming series, and the actress has not appeared in an Exorcist film since the original. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound like Linda Blair will be part of the franchise. The actress who played Regan, the possessed child in the original film, was quoted this week saying that she hadn't been in conversations around the new trilogy. Which is odd considering in the new series, Hamilton star Leslie Odom Jr. will play the father of a possessed child who seeks out Burstyn's character for aid. But I mean, who knows? The first film in the trilogy isn't even supposed to come out until 2023, so there's always a chance that talks with Blair could happen sometime in the future, or you know, it's just a matter of like, oh no, I'm not in this thing, and then surprise, she's in it. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. And finally, for those of you looking for a unique way to celebrate the 2021 Halloween season, the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California has announced an all-new seasonal event for the fall. All Hallows Eve at Winchester Mystery House will take place on 30 select nights this fall and will feature an all-new guided tour of the historic estate, along with a jack-o'-lantern trail, special projection light show, and fall-themed food and drinks. This limited time special event will kick off on September 10th and introduces the Lost in the House tour. This brand new theatrical paranormal investigative adventure will take guests on a guided tour through the dark and dizzying hallways of the Winchester estate. The tour is intended for ages 13 and up, but the Winchester House isn't leaving out the younger attendees. As part of the event, the mansion's Victorian gardens will be transformed into the Jack-o'-lantern trail, featuring dozens of hand-carved jack-o'-lanterns. The Jack-o'-lantern trail is included as part of the All Hallows Eve ticket package, or is available as a standalone ticket that gives guests access to the gardens and the Lost in the House light show, a projection map light show that uses the iconic front of the mansion as a canvas. Tickets for the Winchester Mystery House All Hallows Eve event are on sale now at winchestermysteryhouse.com. That's it for this week. As always, if you enjoyed this week's show, give it a like, leave me a comment, or better yet, subscribe to make sure you always get your weekly dose of Geek. For more information on any of this week's top stories, you'll find links to the full coverage over on allhallowsgeek.com down in the description below. Until next time, keep it creepy.